everyone. I'm Tejas, the founder of By the People IAS Academy. Today, we'll be discussing about a recent report which came out, which is called as the World Happiness Report. So, this World Happiness Report is given by this organization, UN organization, called as the UN Sustainable Development Network. Okay. So, in this report, what exactly did it tell? Well, first of all, it took into account 149 countries. In this 149 countries, India ranked about 139 in its ranking. Last year, it was around 140. So, even though there's an improvement, there's a very slight improvement, meaning that happiness quotient is at the bottom of the barrel for us. That is, in 149 countries, we are only getting 139th. So it's almost like any other African country. So during COVID-19, how exactly is this quality of life? That was taken into consideration in this report. Apart from this, how do people feel about the government? What is their perception about the government? What is the happiness perception? Like, what exactly does happiness mean to people? Then, how do countries react when COVID-19 was upon them? So based on all of this, this happiness report was calculated and after all the surveys done. So we ranked at 139. So the previous 4 years, the top country was always this country called as Finland. And if you see the other countries which are in the top five, top 10, you would usually notice these other countries like Finland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland, and basically, what is common in all of them? All of these countries are Scandinavian countries, right? So, how are they so happy? You might get this question. Like, how are these Scandinavian countries so happy? So, one thing which makes them very special is this trust which they have on their fellow citizens. Second, the trust which they have on their government. Third is there is so many arrangement wherein the institutions function very well. And again, some indications with other reports, but still there is absolutely almost very nil corruption. That is, there is zero corruption, and there is more honesty as per se. And there is a lot of talks and concepts which are integrated, like environment, sustainability, etc. So because of all of this, these Scandinavian countries are usually on the top, right? And apart from this, you one paradoxical thing which we can notice is that Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, all of them have fared above India. That is, if you see Pakistan's happiness quotient or happiness rankings, it's at 105. And if you see Bangladesh ranking, it is at 101. China is at 84, right? So we are at 149. And from the last 20 years, sorry, we are at 139. And in the total 149 countries, from the last 20 years, there's a lot of problems which are going on in one particular country. So this particular country has retained the last spot continuously. So which is this country? It is Afghanistan, right? And at 148, we have Zimbabwe, Botswana, and all of these other countries are African countries mainly. So these are all in the last countries. But we don't have to be very happy. We have not fared very well as well. But the survey takes into account its research by talking to people about what is this. So again, the parameters on how they calculate this are, the first one is GDP per person. That is what they calculate. That is GDP per capita. Second one is the healthy life expectancy. And the third one is the opinions of the residents who live in the country. The fourth one is the kind of social support which the government gives to its citizens. The next one is whatever help the government gives, like there is no corruption, there is a qualitative system, there is qualitative clearances, insurance gets sanctioned very fast. So all of these are taken as the parameters. But again, there is some criticism as well as to how effective this, or how accurate or how authentic the survey really is. So what are the criticism points? One is, what exactly is the sample size which they take into account? The second one is, it might be a random sample. Like for example, I take a few people and all of them turn out to be unhappy. but it might not be the case of the majority people, right? And whatever we say, ultimately, what we have to notice and agree is that United Nations organizations, whatever happiness report, that is the World Happiness Report it has given us, in that we are standing at 139th position, which is kind of in the last, right? So we'll have to see as to where we can improve not just the economical perspective, but also the development perspective. Hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you.